we'll call the meeting to order. Welcome, board members, staff, appellates, and citizens to the January 14th meeting, our first meeting of 2025. Happy New Year to everybody, and glad you're with us here tonight. We'll start with introduction of staff. To my right, we have Donna Burkhart, our administrative planner. Next to Donna, we have Shad Annis, our associate planner. To my left, we have Krista Hill over there, senior planner. Next to Krista is our city planner, Derek Spear. In the front row, on the left, we have David Bent, our legal counsel, Ken Prince, our executive director. And I'll go ahead and turn the meeting over to Derek Spear.
We have a roll call, Donna?
Mike Compton.
Here.
Adam Gersbauer.
Here.
Joel Dindu.
Here.
Denise Graves. Here. Chris Doherty.
Here.
And the first order of business is the election of officers. Do we have any nominations for chairman?
I would like to nominate Chris Torty.
Second.
Any additional nominations? None? Okay. We have a roll call vote.
So,
Can I vote for that?
yes, we can. Mike Compton.
Yes.
Adam Gersbauer.
Yes.
Joel Dindu.
Yes.
Denise Graves.
Yes.
And Chris Doherty.
Yes, I don't know if I don't want to vote for myself, but yes, I guess. All right.
Chris, going to take over.
Thank you. All right, great. Thank you for doing that. Rules of procedures are on the right and left here. First, we'll hear from the...
I think we need vice chair.
Oh, that's true. We do need vice chair. You turned it over to me, and I didn't even run it right from the very beginning. Okay, so do I have nominations for a vice chair?
I nominate Mike Compton.
We have Mike Compton, and do we have a second?
Second.
We have a first and a second. Is there any other nominations? Donna, would you please call for the vote on the vice chair?
Mike Compton.
Yes. My one vote.
Adam Gersbauer.
Yes.
Joel Dindu.
Yes.
Denise Graves.
Yes.
And Chris Doherty.
Yes. Congratulations again, and thanks for being my backup and helping out. All your wisdom on the council is very much appreciated, so I appreciate you doing that again. Rules of procedures are on my right and left. First, we'll hear from the appellate speaking. They'll explain what they're going to be talking about tonight and tell us about their appeal. Then we'll hear those in favor of that appeal. We'll open the floor for those against the appeal. And if you have any general questions, you can come up at the against. We'll accumulate all of our questions, and then we'll have a right of rebuttal, and then we'll move along for a vote. We do all of our speaking at the podium, so when you come up, please state your name and address very clearly so Donna can take that into the record. The previous month's minutes, December, were distributed. Were there any corrections or additions to those? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the December minutes say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the previous month's minutes have been passed. Is there any conflict of interest on any of the board members for any agenda items tonight?
No.
Nope. Great. All right, so this brings us in the first item on the agenda, which is appeal 24-55, an appeal submitted by Advanced RE Holdings, LLC, requesting a use variance for 611 South Main Street, Mishawaka, Indiana, to allow e-commerce store with no retail sales. Keep in mind that this is a use variance, and our recommendation will go to the council. So is there somebody here to present on this?
Good evening. My name is Christine Uris. I'm here on behalf of Advanced RE Holdings, LLC, regarding the real estate located at 611 South Main Street. Currently, the real estate is classified as a C1, and it was recently purchased. Due to the prior vacancy, we're required to get a couple use variances to move forward with the operation of an e-commerce business.
Great. Can you tell us a little bit about the e-commerce business?
It's an online sales security business.
Sales and security. And can you tell us a little bit about the property and what you need to do? It sounds like it's been vacant for a while.
From my understanding, the building is just going to be used as some small office space and shipping and receiving of small goods.
Okay. And this is going to be reclassified as an R1, right?
Correct.
Okay. I may have a question later, but any other questions?
Yeah, I do, thank you.
Mr. Compton?
And maybe it's not you that, and I don't think it is you that can answer this, but why the designation R1? It's already, Mr. Prince is coming, that's who I thought would have to answer this. If someone from the city could address that, why we're going from a commercial to R1 on a building that to me looks like it's more of a warehouse-type structure, wouldn't really classify as a home. Help us out here. Help me out, please.
Ken Prince, Director of Planning and Community Development.
Thank you.
The reason I came up is because we made that recommendation.
saw
Very,
that.
very specifically because this property, if you've been by it, it has no parking associated with it. It has a door that's off the alley. Our concern, and we actually had approached the owner if they didn't have a reasonable buyer, which they do now, that we were looking to acquire it and demolish it. Because long-term, this is located in a residential neighborhood, and our concern with having a C1 property there is the impact of business going into it would have long-term. So by applying and rezoning the property to R1 and asking for the use variance gives us the ability to put conditions on the property for the commercial reuse, but the underlying zoning is R1. So if the property were ever to burn, the only thing that could be built there would be a single-family residence.
Okay.
So that's that combination that we were looking for, leaving the zoning in place and giving just a variance for the parking that leaves open the door for other commercial activities that we may not want. The use variance is tied very specifically to their business, which we think was a perfect reuse of the property. But the conditions of limiting the number of employees, for example, if they were to expand, which we want them to do, but the reality is if they expand to a point, they need to relocate to another facility and not be in this location. So that's the advantage of using a use variance as the tool to get the appropriate reuse accomplished. But with that, we asked for the downzoning to R1 to have that additional protection provided for the city as a whole.
So, yeah, now that makes sense, and I appreciate that. So we can control what happens if this, if this doesn't work out, the warehouse.
Correct.
Designation C1 could be a number of different things that the city wouldn't have any say-so of who might want to move in it. Now, my last thought is if these good folks decide to move out or it doesn't work out, then it's still R1. If somebody else wanted to do it, we could take a look at it and if there are any variances that made sense for that in that setting,
So it
then
could
that
be
handled then.
reused for another e-commerce business that
Okay.
is limited to 2 employees, so it's not that
Yeah.
a security business that they would like to use is perfect, but another online business would be appropriate as well under the use variance. So the use variance runs with the property. So we're tying it down, but we're not tying it completely down where
Understood,
it couldn't be reused.
Makes sense. Thank you. That answers my question.
I have a question.
Yep.
Hi. Hi. So you said that it's going to be e-commerce and there's going to be sales, correct?
Correct.
And there's going to be goods that are shipped and
Correct.
received?
Yes.
Okay, so smaller items, which would be not semi-type?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
FedEx, UPS, things like
Yes,
that?
yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And there is an alley there next to it, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah.
Yep, alley right down there. Any other questions?
No.
No? Okay, thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
Mr. Prince, thanks for that clarification. That makes perfect sense, and actually, that's a real innovative way to do that for the city to keep kind of control of that. So that's, I really like that. That was good. Is there anybody else in the room or online wishing to speak in favor of Appeal 24-55? Hearing none, is there anybody wishing to speak in opposition to Appeal 24-55? Is there any additional information?
No additional information.
Okay, then we'll close the public hearing, and I'll take a motion on this unless there's further discussion.
I make a motion to approve Appeal 2455.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Donna, would you please call for the vote?
Mike Compton,
Yes.
Adam Gersbauer,
Yes.
Joel Dindu,
Yes.
Denise Graves,
Yes.
Chris Torty.
Yes, and Appeal 24-55 will move to the council with a favorable rating. Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Moving along, we have Appeal 24-56, an appeal submitted by Americo Real Estate Company requesting a sign variance for the property located at the northwest corner of Douglas Road and Shawn Street, Mishawaka, Indiana, to allow 2 temporary signs for a duration of 6 months. Hi.
Hi, good evening. Ray Powell, I'm here to represent Americo on the sign variance for the 2 signs at the corner there of Douglas and Shawn. Basically, what we're looking to do is to put a couple of signs up there on that corner, just informational signs, really. We actually have the storage facility, that, as you can see in that drawing that you guys have there in the center. We have some feedback from our customers that they currently are struggling to find out exactly where we're located, where that office is that they're trying to get to. Because when they try to find our location, there's a 7-Eleven there right directly in front of it. It seems like a lot of people are winding up at the 7-Eleven looking for us. So we were just trying to add something temporarily because we are actually building something just to the left there on that image that you see, where you see, it shows a construction sign. We're going to be building a facility that we've gone through the process of getting ready for. So we have some signs down there. That was also a part of the confusion, is they thought we weren't even there yet because they saw the construction sign down on that property as well. So we're just trying to add some signage down there just so that the customers that are coming to see us know where we're at, where to turn in, that kind of stuff.
So temporary in a 6-month
Yeah,
duration.
just for the right now, for that 6-month period until the construction begins on that property just to the left there on that image. So that way they know where we're at until we get everything else going. And those would be the 2 signs there that we would be putting up. We would have the top one there facing Douglas, and then the bottom sign would be the one facing Shawn Street, just to give, again, as you can see with the directional arrows, some more information for them to know exactly where to go.
Sounds good. Any other questions? Yep, Mr. Compton.
Are either of the, I imagine the construction sign won't be, but will the other sign be lit?
No, they're actually basically
temporary
exactly
signs.
just like the construction sign. They're just tin signs we're putting up
Okay.
for temporary use.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Is there anybody else in the room or online wishing to speak in favor of Appeal 24-56? Is there anybody wishing to speak in opposition to Appeal 24-56, online or in the room? Is there any additional information?
No further information.
Okay, then we'll close the public hearing, and if there's no other discussion, I'll take a motion.
I move that we approve Appeal 24-56.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Donna, would you please call for the vote?
Mike Compton,
Yes.
Adam Gersbauer,
Yes.
Joel Dindu,
Yes.
Denise Graves,
Yes.
Chris Torty.
Yes, and Appeal 24-56 passes. Thank you for the presentation. Is there any old business, Mr. City Planner?
None.
New?
None.
Privilege of the floor. Anybody have anything to chat about that's not on the agenda? Doesn't sound like it. All right, then I'll have a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
We're adjourned. Thank you all. Thank you for coming.